Hi guys, it's Becky Bamboo again. Today is Tuesday, October the 1st, 2013. I love October. It's my favorite month of the year. It's my birthday month. I love the fall. I just love October. So it's October 1st. I can't believe it. The year is going to be over before you know it. Thanksgiving's like right around the corner. That blows my mind. Like, totally blows my mind. But, whatever. So I want to do a video, a couple things I want to talk about. First, let me just get this part over with. I got some hate mail from my last video. I've never, in the 3+ years I've been doing videos on YouTube, never ever gotten a single hateful email until now. And it's all about the situation in my marriage and the situation with the baby. I've gotten so many emails. Why did you have a kid? You shouldn't have had a kid. That was just mean to him. And like, okay, I want to explain what, I don't even know really that I don't feel like I should have to explain anything, but I'm going to because I respect all of you and because I don't like the hate mail. It's not fun to get it. So when I decided, Jared and I had talked a long time about having a child, many years. Like, we've been married, it will be 4 years this month, and, even before we were married, we were discussing children. Well, we kind of reached the point for me with my age that it was like, okay, if we're going to have a baby, we better seriously start getting real about it. At the time, we weren't doing well in our relationship, but we weren't where we are now. The intimacy has been an issue for a long time. Several years. So we were in that state, but we weren't in the state of like, I just want to get away from this kind of thing, like it feels like now. So, back when we really started getting serious talking about having a child, it was almost like a Hail Mary pass to save intimacy in our relationship as well. It was kind of like, well, we want to have a baby. We both want to be parents. And in the process of that, we need to have a lot of sex and we can have some fun with that. And there's no restrictions to us. We can just kind of be free for the first time in our entire relationship. And so why not? And it was working great, except I got pregnant in 2 weeks. 2 weeks is all that it took for me to get pregnant, which I should be grateful for, because there's a lot of people in the world who have to work at it for months and years, and people who can't have kids. And I'm not trying to sound stuck up when I say it only took 2 weeks, but in hindsight, I wish it had taken a little longer, because I think that would have been good for us. I will never say that getting pregnant was a mistake. I will never say that deciding to have a child was a mistake, because it wasn't. I'm doing what I was born to do, and what I was born to do is to be a mom and a nurse and a wife, and I've lived the life I was supposed to live. You can't second guess things like that. If I had never gotten married, I would never have come to the place that I came to and ended up with weight loss surgery, and I wouldn't have the child that I have now if that hadn't happened. So I will never say that that was a mistake. And what I do know is that no matter what happens between Jared and I, Zeke will always be taken care of. He will always be loved by both of us. He is both of our child. And, we're both good parents. I have nothing bad to say about Jared in terms of being a father. And I will never go there. I just won't. I want him to have a good relationship with Zeke, and I want Zeke to have a good relationship with him. And the bottom line is that I want everyone to be happy. And if being happy means that we can't be married, then that's what it is. It is what it is. Do I feel like that affects Zeke? Not as much as some people might think it does. I grew up in a broken household, so I know firsthand what it's like to grow up living in a house where parents live together for the sake of kids, and it doesn't work out that way. It would have been much better for us to see both of our parents happy, rather than see them living together hating each other. I just think the bottom line is that he's gonna have us both there all the time. Anytime he needs either of us, we're going to be there. And, I don't see anything. I mean, life's not perfect, right? You can't protect your kids from every little thing in the world, and, you know, we just have to deal with it. And I don't think it's going to make him like, you know, an unproductive member of society as an adult or anything like that. I just don't see that happening. I mean, I'm productive. I work and I have good relationships with people despite the fact that I grew up in a broken household. I just don't think that that makes that big a difference. And I think that ultimately we've got to make ourselves happy in order to make our kids happy. I just do. That's how I see it. So, those of you saying, well, why did you ever have a baby if your relationship wasn't good? Well, sometimes you do things that you think in the moment is the right thing to do. And I think for both of us, we felt like it was the right time and it was the right thing to do. And I will never say I regret that. I don't regret it at all. I am completely happy that I have my son. He's put my life into perspective and priorities in place. And, I owe a lot for that. And, I work very hard to be a good mother, and I will always work very hard to be a good mother. And, I've worked very hard to be a good wife, and it seems like something's not working out in that department. So, I can't win them all. That's the bitch of life, is that we can't win them all. We can try and try and try and try and try, and it's not always going to work out in our favor. So that's kind of where I'm at. Okay, so I didn't make the decision to have a child for selfish reasons or anything like that. It was made as a couple, as a unit, in the moment. And, sometimes I can't even say sometimes we do things that don't work out right. It worked out just fine for me. I am very happy to have my son. End of story. Don't regret it at all. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about a little gizmo that I got. Someone gave me, which was pretty cool. It's called a jawbone. Anybody heard of jawbone? It's basically an activity tracker. This is what it looks like. And I don't know that you'll be able to really see. It says jawbone on here. It has a little end that comes off, and it has like this headphone jack on it. So the deal is that it's a bracelet. You wear the jawbone as a bracelet. And there's an app that you download on your phone. And a couple times a day, you hook this into the headphone jack of your phone. And it basically transfers the data from the bracelet to the phone, to the app. What does it do? It tracks everything. It tracks your activity during the day, how many steps you take, so it works like a pedometer, how many miles you've gone. You can put in when you work out, like say I go for a run, I can tell it I'm going for a run and I'm starting at this time, and so it'll start tracking the run. It calculates how many calories you burn. I mean, you got to put things in like your height, your weight, your sex, all that kind of stuff. And it calculates all this stuff. Also, at night, you put it into sleep mode, and it tracks your sleep. It tells you how many hours you were in bed, how many times you woke up in the middle of the night, how many hours you spent in light sleep versus deep sleep. It's pretty cool. It's really cool, actually. I feel really run down today, so I uploaded my info this morning, and I looked, and I spent like 10 hours in bed last night. I only spent 3.5 of those 10 hours in deep sleep. And I woke up 5 times in the middle of the night. And I think the total time that I was awake was like 2 hours. So 10 hours in bed, but really only slept 8. And really of the 8, I only slept 3.5 of really deep sleep. That's wild to me. And it's pretty cool to wake up and like look at it. Like yesterday, I recorded my night before, and I had slept like a log. I felt great yesterday. Well, yeah, I mean, it's reflected in what it shows you. So it's a pretty cool thing, and I wanted to talk about it because I like the features that it has. I like that it's simple to wear, it's lightweight. It is a little bit bulky, but it's not bad. I think it's really neat that it tracks your sleep, because that's something that so many of us don't even pay attention to. You just go to sleep, and it tells you for your age and your height and all this stuff, like how much sleep is recommended for you. And you know, it gets excited when you get as much sleep as you're supposed to, and it gets excited when you move as much as you're supposed to. And it has other features too, like you can set up an idle reminder, which means like if I'm just at home today, so if I've been sitting on the couch for a half hour, I can set it up to idle after a half hour, and if it recognizes I haven't done anything, the whole thing vibrates to tell you to get your big ass up and move. You can set like an alarm clock to wake you up, and it will wake you up at the best time during your sleep cycle to make you feel the best you can when you wake up, like the most refreshed. It'll also do that for naps. You can take a nap, tell you want to take a nap, and it'll have you sleep the appropriate amount of minutes for you to wake up and feel your best, and then it'll wake you up by vibrating. It's just like it's a cool gadget. I don't know who comes up with this stuff, but anyway, someone gave this to me. They work at a gym, and it was in Lost and Found for like a year. Nobody ever claimed it, and they were going to just throw it out. So she took it for herself, and these come in different sizes. And she's like a little like twig, and this bracelet was like huge on her. I mean, obviously it's pretty big on me too. So if anybody was much smaller than me, it would not work well for them. So she's like, you know, I can't really wear it. It's uncomfortable. Do you want it? And I said, sure. She's like, I don't have a charger for it, but you can get a charger. This is what the charger looks like. It's a little USB doodad with like a headphone jack plug-in. Like $7 on Amazon is what I spent to get this thing. But you can buy it. Like Best Buy sells them. I'm sure other places sell the whole kit with the charger and everything. And they're about $130, but excuse me, I think $130 is really reasonable for what it does. If I had, you know, if somebody gave me this as like a sample to try out, I would already be hooked, and I would already be going out buying one. So I just wanted to share it with you guys because I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not, they make them in different colors. The blue is not really like my favorite. Like they make it in black and white, and I would probably pick black or white just because it would, you know, blend in better with clothing and things like that. But you know, for free, I'll just deal with whatever color it is. So, actually, the color of it reminds me a lot of my Garmin watch, which is crapped out on me again. So, that was kind of how the whole thing came up. As I was talking about for my birthday, I thought I wanted a new GPS watch, but my girlfriend's like, well, hey, I got this jawbone. You want to try it out and see if you like it? It will not do GPS, like tracking of like runs or anything like that, but it does, you know, activity track, and I just like the feature of that it's like a pedometer and everything all together. I'm really anxious. I go to work tomorrow. I've been off for 4 days, so I go back to work tomorrow. I'm really anxious to see how much I walk in a day at work. I have wanted to know that for 2 years now. So I'm pretty excited to give that a whirl and get home tomorrow night and plug it in and go, oh, because I'm sure it's going to be a lot more than I ever anticipated that I walk in a day. But I know I walk a lot. I know that's what helps me maintain my weight loss, is that I have a job where I am active for 12 to 14 hours pretty solid. I mean, I get a half hour in the morning to sit down and eat, and a half hour in the afternoon to sit down and eat. So that's it. So in a 14-hour day, you know, I'm active 13 of the 14 hours, and you know, it definitely makes a difference. And I know I notice it on my days off, because my days off I tend to be very hungry because I don't eat a lot when I'm at work. I just don't have the time to, and I just, when I work that much, for some reason eating is not on my priority list. So on days like today, I feel like I'm starving. Like it's a fight. These are the days it's a fight for me to stay out of the kitchen, because I just want to be in there all day nibbling on junk. I just crave junk all the time when I'm at home. And it don't help that my kid eats Teddy Grahams like they're going out of style, because I want to eat Teddy Grahams all the freaking time too. So anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to mention the jawbone thing while I was doing a video, because I think it's pretty cool, and I like the whole sleep thing, and it just seems like a pretty logical little gizmo, and it's easy to do, and you can wear it in the shower, and it's like, you don't even have to pay attention to it. You put it on and you go. So anyway, that's what's going on. Thank you guys for watching me still, and I'll see you soon. Mwah, bye.